Hello everyone, Edge here. Hope you're all having a great day. You can find RageWolf vs Jeff the Killer on my wattpad right now at RageWolf101 or Four Face Productions. I know it's been a while. I've been making a lot of horror stories and a lot of songs, very personal to my heart. Go check it out. Now let's get into it. The time was 1:30 a.m. The young babysitter checks on the newborn baby bottle in hand. She smiles with loving care as she walks back out, knowing the child is peacefully in slumber. As she walks down the wooden stairs, she checks the battery level of the baby monitor, only to come to the conclusion that she'd forgotten to turn it on. She stood upon the very last step, looking for the on switch. "You'd think in year 2025 they would make these simpler over the years," she exclaims. Quickly in frustration, as she switches it on, she hears the blaring crying of an awoken newborn on the baby monitor. Shocked, she rushes quickly back up the stairs to the child's aid. She quickly opens the door and cradles the baby. There, I'm sorry. I woke you, Sarah. It's okay." It takes her 20 long minutes of bottle feeding and Sarah's favorite lullaby to get her back to sleep. After successfully drifting the child back to peaceful slumber, she tucks her tightly in with her favorite stuffed toy. She leans against the closet and exhales a big sigh of relief. "Finally got her to sleep. Guess you were just hungry, huh?" she quietly says in a whisper. Suddenly, a hand breaks through the closet blinders and covers the babysitter's nose and mouth. Fear sets in as she tries to writhe and struggle from the grasp of the mystery person. But his strength and grip had her entire head in place with only one hand. "Shh," the mystery person says. "Quiet. Just put the little one to sleep." His voice was deep, menacing, and crazed. Her heart was racing, tears beginning to run, the thoughts of fear and her life flashing before her eyes. He chuckles as if he lives for this feeling. She conjures up a last boost of confidence. In a swift attempt, she bitten the aggressor's finger. He groans in pain and released his grip. She ran out of the room in utter terror and fear. She races down the stairs, sobbing and screaming. She loses her footing halfway down. She painfully tumbles down the flight of stairs, hitting the bottom floor hard. She looks above to the top floor banister. As she gathers herself, the aggressive intruder face was clearly lit in the moonlit view above her. His head was slightly tilted to the side. The grin that was on his face was stretched beyond humanly possible, as if he carved it himself. To always stay smiling menacingly, his skin was a leather-like gray, showing burn muscle damage beyond repair. But the worst part was his eyes. Normal people have eyes that can tell a story with a scowl or a glare, or sorrowful remorse as if forced to do something regretfully terrible. But this was no normal person, as if he'd carving those tails out from ever appearing on his face. His eyes only showed a dark sunken ring around the big peering veined balls he had for eyes. The only glare from his face was a hyena torturing his prey before tearing it apart. The teenage babysitter races towards the home telephone to hastily call the police. Panic completely overtook her thoughts and emotions. She mistypes 911 due to fear and adrenaline. Suddenly, a loud thud dropped outside the window she currently stood beside. She freezes mid-action as a painful thought appeared in her mind. Then her blood runs cold as she glances to the window. "Oh my God, no. Sarah." She slowly, shakily begins moving towards the curtains, praying the thought did not come to pass. She swiftly opens the curtains, but due to her shock and horror, on the other side was the crazed intruder. With one swift motion, his arm burst through the glass window, gripping the young girl's neck, glass shards impaling her face and neck, and with inhuman strength he drags the young girl through the already destroyed window, scarring her even more. He pins the sobbing, bloody teenage girl to the side of the house with a great grip of his hand. He slowly slides a big knife from his tattered, stained white jacket pocket. "It's been so long," he exclaims while aiming his knife under her ribcage. since I really pushed myself. His eyes locked on hers as she was sobbing and pleading for life, and as he slowly pushes the knife against her. No. He pushes harder, breaking ribs. Tears run profusely down the girl's cheeks as she tries desperately to struggle. No. Go to sleep. He pauses abruptly to the sound of what appears to be slow clapping. Jeffery. A heat of unyielding rage took over his mind as he slowly turned his head to who dared to call his name with such disrespect. A tall, red-caped and/or cloaked muscular man with a blood-red mohawked mane leaned against the hedge bush of the house while watching him with a grin on his face, only feet away from him. "Oh no, don't mind me," he says apologetically. "You keep going. Finish it, Jeff." Jeff glances back at his knife, confused in who this person was. He felt deeply something was off about him. Then he appears to the eyes of his victim once more. To his shock, her eyes were scorched from her sockets, nothing left but burning embers remaining in hollow eyes. He drops the teenage girl's body from his hand in shock and anger. The mystery man bursts with laughter. "I'm so sorry, Jeffery," he says with laughter. "That wouldn't have been enough to satisfy your urge now, would it?" No one knows about Jeff's urge to kill but himself. His mind races through names of who this man must be. The urge completely takes over Jeff as he lunges a fist directly at the mystery man. The fist makes contact, knocking him through the hedge bushes. Jeff manages to mount the man and deliver blow after blow of punches, cracking his nose, blooding his eye. The mystery man does nothing but grin and laugh. "You've stolen my long-awaited kill," Jeff says while delivering vicious blows. "You'll be more than satisfying enough for whoever you may be." The mystery man dodges and delivers a bloodied headbutt to Jeff's face that launches him through the side of the house and into a couch. Wooden brick debris scatters from the impact. Jeff sat in shocked, still full of rage. He checks his head, luckily no brain damage. He checks his limbs, luckily no scar to his tissue. But he survived worse. The mystery man stands up inhumanly with ease, cracking his neck back into alignment. Embers encases the man's face. Then after seconds, his face was entirely regenerated. "That's the energy I want, Jeffery. That's the energy I need," he says menacingly as he steps through the hole into the living room. "Oh, don't worry. I've had a soundproof field around this place since we first began. We have time to talk." "Who and what the hell are you?" Jeff says as the man takes a seat across from him. "Always to the point. I like that," the man smiled. "My name is RageWolf. I'm one of the kings of hell and many children of Lucifer, where I come from at least." He pauses for any more direct questions. "So what does a hellion like you, of your caliber, want with me?" Jeff says with a scowl. "The same thing as you, Jeff." Jeff retorted with anger. "Ha! And what could that possibly be? Stealing my kills?" A serious look fell over the demon. "I have scoured multiverses for a good challenge to push myself. Some came close, but this universe... yeah, this universe is special. It reeks with death and excitement, and beings unlike any other." Jeff laughs. No reaction change occurred from the demon's face. "I am not a good representative choice for the universe of Creepypasta crazies, sir." RageWolf clarified. "No. No, you are not. But I already killed 65% of Creepypasta crazies, as you so called them, because they all declined my offer. I don't want reluctance. I want a battle, Jeff. And I believe you and others can give me what I long for, what we long for. Jeff looks at his hands, then back at him. You sick son of a bitch. RageWolf chuckled. Yeah, well, kinda. RageWolf stands above Jeff and presented him with a red envelope. Find others. Journey forth. Train and face me. I won't make it hard on you. All of you. Their eyes, a burning urge of killing intent, met, gazing at each other. Fine. I'll satisfy my urge with your head on my wall. Very, very soon, RageWolf. Jeff said with fury and excitement. RageWolf grins with malice, his pupils lit up with red flames of excitement. I can't wait, Jeff the Killer. Now I'll see you soon. Jeff took the envelope, in anger. I'll see you soon, RageWolf. The demon snaps his fingers, then was engulfed in the fiery inferno, then vanished as quickly as he appeared. The flames that RageWolf transported with was quickly engulfing the house in flames. He quickly rushes out of the house from the blazing inferno. He stops to hear the screaming cries of the child. God damn it! Jeff says as he rushes back through the front door. The flames weren't letting up. He kicks open the child's bedroom door. He couldn't believe he was doing this. He picks up the child and a spare baby stroller next to the closet. He tucks the baby stroller under his arm, as well as he held the child tight as he leaps from the window like he has done before. He opens the stroller and sets the sniffling baby cradled inside. He buckles the child up tight and leaves him in the stroller on the sidewalk next to the house. He sat with his hood up at a distant light post, waiting for firemen and parents to retrieve the child. Minutes later, fire trucks followed behind what appeared to be the parents' car, arriving on scene. The mother and father retrieved their child in sobbing tears as the fireman assessed the massive fire situation. Jeff walks off into the night. I'm coming for you soon, RageWolf. Mark my goddamn words, he states as he walks out of sight.